Okay, so here's number 4 and number 5. Okay, in number 4 we have 2 radicals, but if you just check, the first step is to isolate the radical. And when I look at my equation, both the left radical and the right radical are isolated. Okay, so I can go ahead and get rid of the radical by squaring both sides. Alright, so now I have x plus 7 equaling 15 minus x. And so I will solve for x now. I'm going to move this negative x to the left by adding it. So I have 1x plus 1x, which would give me 2x plus 7 equaling 15. Now I've got a 2-step equation. It's linear. You don't have to worry about factoring or any of that. It's not quadratic. So subtract 7. $15 minus 7 is that 8?
Yes.
Divide both sides by 2. And so now I know that x is 4. Alright? We'll just check it to make sure it's not extraneous. So in my calculator, I'm going to plug it into the left-hand side first. So I'm going to do the square root of 4 plus 7. And now I'll do the right-hand side to make sure that I get the same big long decimal. So the square root of 15 minus 4, and I do. So I know that this is not an extraneous solution, and it is in fact the answer to my problem. Okay? Alright, let's try number 5 and we'll be finished. Alright, so for number 5, I'll give you a second to write it down. We need to go back to isolating the radical. So I'm going to move this positive 5 first to the side with 11 by subtracting it to both sides of my equation. Now be careful when you rewrite your new line, bring down that negative square root of 3x. Don't lose that sign. And 11 minus 5 is 6, I believe. Okay. Alright. I have to get rid of the negative. Remember, we're isolating the radical completely. So that's like our negative ghost man of 1. So divide both sides by negative 1. So the square root of 3x equals negative 6. Okay, so at this point, we would want to square both sides. And we're going to get 3x equaling 36. Divide both sides by 3, and x equals 12. Do your mandatory step of checking. So in my calculator, I'm going to type in 5 minus radical 3 times 12. Make sure that that was it, yeah. And I should get 11, and I don't. Okay? Alright, so we know that the only answer that we got is extraneous. So what we would have to write on this one is no solution. Now the breakdown happened, here I'll pull my screen back over. The breakdown happened right here. You cannot have a negative root, okay? So the square root of 3x cannot equal negative 6. So if you don't catch that, just make sure you check your answer at the very end, and you'll find that none of your answers work, so it's a no solution.